Avalon, maybe you want to talk for a minute about the iteration of the board that you're beginning to strategize.
Sure, I would love to. And before I do that, I think it might be helpful for me to give a super brief introduction because Steve has been name dropping me a few times and I don't know how many of you. But my name is Avalon. I am a junior at Barnard College of Columbia University. I am double majoring in political science and human rights and double minoring in philosophy and Barnard's science policy and ethics program. I've spent the last 6 years doing national advocacy work on the grassroots level, working with major national nonprofits. I've worked in both houses of Congress, and the past 2 summers, I've worked with Intel and Verizon on tech policy and ethics. And so my focus is really in building the future of ethical technology and understanding the ramifications that technologies like artificial intelligence have, for example, on global human rights. So that's a super brief synopsis of who I am, but I connected with Steve about this organization, and we've been having a lot of really meaningful conversations. And one of the things that I proposed in one of our last meetings was the formation of what is typically called a junior board, but perhaps the name would be, let's say, Next Gen Media Board, which would actually be a board of some of the biggest young creators of media that would be guiding the mission of this organization in partnership with a pre-existing advisory board. So they would actually have, because young people have honestly the biggest stake in the future of media, it's incredibly important that they're guiding the vision of an organization that's meant to work for them. So we're in the process of putting together exactly what that would look like. But also over the last year, I've developed a social media platform of over 120,000 followers. There are definitely people my age who have much larger platforms, but through that work, I've been able to connect with some really incredible creators who have seen their work have a tangible impact on national and global culture. And so the idea is to really loop in these creators and these young people who are at the forefront of media to really contribute to this mission and ultimately provide their extremely current perspective. Robert, something that you were just saying really resonated with me and reminded me of some of the work that I did on the national team with March for Our Lives, which was a youth-started gun violence prevention organization. And something that became really apparent to me through my work there is that nothing can meaningfully change without intergenerational collaboration. And so when I think about the role of this advisory board in relation to, let's say, a next gen media board, it's not necessarily that people my age have to be yelling at you, the professionals, the experienced experts, about what we think and what you need to do, but rather that there can actually be a mutual mentorship happening where young people are sharing their perspectives and experiences and explaining why they see and care about the issues they see, but also that you are using your expertise to contribute to the actions and the directions of an organization like this. And I think when I think about, for example, like the phrase media is broken, I think in lots of ways media is broken. And I think it's broken not because by design and intention things are horrible, because I don't believe that every person involved in the social media machine has the intention of misinformation being spread and has the intention of young people's mental health being destroyed. But I think there's a fundamental incompatibility between the way that young people perceive media and the ethics of media.
She's
fantastic. Muted. So something I just wanted to say is, for example, as a 20-year-old who uses TikTok, I think TikTok's great in many ways. I'm very entertained. I've been able to create an amazing platform, connect with some amazing young people. Next week, I'm having dinner with a young woman who has around 400,000 followers who actually goes to school with me. It's brought a lot of joy into my life. But the other things that TikTok has caused, misinformation, issues with young people's body images, issues with young people's perceptions of their identities, for example, privacy concerns. Those are not things that are compatible with the cultural ethics of my generation. We are a generation that focuses a lot on social impact. And so I think it's really about bridging that disconnect. So I hope that responds somewhat to some of the commentary and the totally valid concerns over how this group connects to this young people group. But I think that there is a really important role that you all would have. And I know that I'm just starting out and this is like what I'm studying, but I could learn so much from all of you, as could the next generation. And I think actually it's imperative that you're in the conversation and that we're not guiding everything because we don't know everything and we haven't seen this industry change. So I'll end it there.